Here we have a pre-owned 2019 Buick Encore. This one comes in the preferred trim level in Summit White. And then we have ebony and cloth leatherette interior. The powertrain consists of a 1.4 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, made it to a 6-speed automatic transmission. This one has just a little over 48,000 miles. To the front end here, we get our halogen headlamps along with our LED daytime running lights. And they don't flash like that. That's just how my camera's picking them up. But a really nice look there. I love the styling here. It's very subtle, but still very premium in my opinion. These are 18-inch aluminum wheels. Passive keyless entry on all 4 doors. Then we have one touch up and down for the driver's side window, and then express down for the other 3 doors. Rear window lock is here. Power mirror controls are there. Power door lock controls. There's the door panel itself. Headlamp controls, hood release. You get a manual tilt, telescoping steering wheel. And then we get a power seat bottom with power lumbar support. And then we have a manual seat back. And it's right there. But a big thanks to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this Encore today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home pre-owned, click on that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever pre-owned vehicle you might be interested in. But here's the space behind having the seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs. And you might not be able to hear it yet, but that blower motor is rather loud for a 2019 with less than 50,000 miles, but whatever. I like that we have the seat back pockets on both sides. There is a 120 volt 3-prong household plug-in down there. And then this middle seat folds down, bottle holders are there. We could probably hang a shirt, a pair of pants there if we need to. So not the best amount of space back there, but not terrible. And that's where our child locks are. You just turn those with a key or something. And one thing I do like is the LED tail lights on the back. Again, that's why they're flashing, but that's not how they actually are in person. But a nice back end as well. I just think they did a really good job designing these Encores. The top tethers for the car seats are on the back of the seats themselves. You lift this up, spare tires underneath there. And a little side pocket here. Like the light. Fuel filler. And then you can just grab this lever here to pull the seat down. And you always want to make sure you do it correctly. So you do have to pull the seat bottom up first. So you unlatch it there. I always forget that. And then it's hard to do with one hand. Yeah, I might not be able to do it. Okay, there we go. So that folds into the floor, and then this will fold with the headrest off, and that'll actually fold into the floor there. I'm not going to show the whole thing because that'd take me 10 minutes, but that's how you maximize the space if you need it. And then with this seat here, pull this back, fold this, that'll fold flat. And then with that seat folded flat, you can run longer objects from the back of the vehicle all the way to the glove compartment there. And again, this is just always tedious to do with just one hand because I'm holding the camera with the other one. But there's a glove compartment there. Somebody forgot to clean in there. So here at Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro, you do get a lifetime powertrain warranty on this engine and transmission. And again, that's a 1.4 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. And all of the components, including the turbo, are covered with that lifetime warranty. You just have to keep up with the scheduled maintenance. But let's show off the blinkers. So just an incandescent bulb on the back, the LEDs in the mirror, and then the LEDs up front. Let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So leather wrap steering wheel here. There's the horn, the older Buick crest that was replaced by the newer emblem past a year or two. But to the radio, AM, FM, XM, you scroll through all of that there. And then you get your Bluetooth audio, as well as your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto wired there. In your settings here, you can change your language. And everything else is down in here. Backup camera, guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. And then volume knobs here, you can click there to turn the mute on. And then down here, single zone manual climate control, so we can adjust fan speed, temperature, fan direction, the AC, circulation, and the defrosters. Hazards are right there, and I like the button flashes. And then we have the traction control toggle there. Now underneath here, you get two USB-A ports and aux input and a 12 volt. And then for the shifter, grab the lever back here, pull down for reverse, neutral drive. Your manual mode, you can use that. You can use the toggle on top of the shifter itself there. And you'll see in that bottom right-hand corner of the digital part of the gauge cluster, it'll show you what gear you're in there. Get a handbrake, which I actually like. Bottle holders there. Little tray for storage. And there's a look at the back seat from up here. To the lights. OnStars here in the mirror. And there's the vanity mirror there. And then cruise can be turned on. Touch of a button. Adjust speed, cancel. And then blinkers, high beams. You hit this menu button and you can go through using this here, and this is an OK button. All of your options that you have. So you can change what's shown. Tire pressure monitors, trip meter, all that. And then you can go down to the options and change your units of measurement from US to metric. And then you can also change what's on those info pages as well. But your wipers, one time off, intermittent low, high. You can adjust that intermittent frequency here. Your rear wipers here, so intermittent is down, off is in the middle, on all the way up. Push back for that rear wiper fluid, pull up for the front. And then you can toggle volume here, track list or radio station presets here, change the source by pressing that. And then you have your mute button, your voice recognition button, and then these also, when you're in the Bluetooth menu, double as the Bluetooth buttons. Push button start. Finally, here's the key fob with remote start. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2019 Buick Encore Preferred out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Encore here, I think an interesting powertrain choice, but an efficient one, having the 1.4 turbo and the 6-speed auto. Most of the people that drive these don't really care about going fast or even merging into traffic, so I think they did a great job putting this powertrain in this actual vehicle. So having that turbo on there does help you get up to speed pretty nicely. Again, for what it is. I'm gonna use the manual mode, put my foot in there and see what it can do. Here we go. Oh yeah, baby. Yeah, nobody wants smoke with this Encore. But I mean, in terms of merging power, it's it's all right. I didn't even have it floored most of the time, but I was pretty much redlining it there. Now, in true Buick fashion, this does ride very well for what this is. It's a small, basically a compact SUV, and the ride is very nice. And the overall space from the driver's perspective, even for someone who's 6'3" with longer legs, is kind of awkward, but there's tons of space here. Headroom is fantastic. The seat's just wide enough for my wider stature. Couldn't go, I maybe have like another inch or so, half an inch. But I mean, the space in the actual driver compartment is pretty good. And honestly, just overall in the cabin, it's pretty quiet in here. Just not hearing a lot of rattling. Even as I've kind of gotten up to speed, that blower motor isn't as annoying as it was when I first got in here. Now, I do want to give one more thanks to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this Encore today. I'll leave a link below in the description. But if you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click on that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever pre-owned vehicle you might be interested in. But as a regular car, I think these are often slept on because of the space in the back seat. That's why they came out with the Encore GX, but the overall drivability and the feel of them is really good. It feels like you're driving a car, and a lot of people in this segment, that's what they want. They don't want to feel like they're driving a Tahoe or even something the size of a Traverse. They want something that sits up high relatively and has just enough space to do what they need to do. And in the segment, I mean, you get a lot here. You get your XM radio, your Bluetooth, the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. The manual mode is something that you don't see in vehicles like this because most of them have CVT. So it's so nice to have a 6-speed auto here. Be able to actually shift it manually. It's not like the limiter. Like this is actual manual mode. And that just feels really good in this kind of vehicle. What would be funny is to see somebody tune one of these and like get more power out of the 1.4 liter and actually get like a crazy blow-off valve or something like that and just see this tune. I just think that would be funny. But again, all in all, I think you can get these for a pretty inexpensive price, and they're just easy to drive. You have a traditional 6-speed auto transmission. You have the turbocharged 4-cylinder, but that's not really bad. And again, with a lifetime powertrain warranty, you're covered on any malfunctions or failures that you might be worried about. But you know, I just make sure you're covered with a warranty or something like that if you were to get a vehicle, specifically a pre-owned one, especially one that has a lot of moving parts in our typical gas-powered vehicles these days. But with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2019 Buick Encore in the preferred trim level.